If you look at a map of the world, there's one place that feels unfinished. At the bottom of every globe, below all countries and borders, there's a massive white shape. No cities, no highways, no labels. Just ice. That place is Antarctica. And today I want to explain why this continent is treated differently than anywhere else on Earth. Because Antarctica isn't just remote, it's restricted. You can't freely explore it. You can't settle there. You can't mine there, and the official explanation sounds reasonable. But when you look closely, it doesn't explain everything. And the strange part is, the rules around Antarctica weren't created because something went wrong there. And they were created before most people ever went there at all. Antarctica is the coldest, driest, and windiest place on Earth. No native human population, no permanent cities. So logically, this should be the easiest continent to explore. But it isn't. Try organizing a private expedition, and you will immediately face restrictions, permits, approvals, limitations. Even scientists don't move freely. And here is what makes that uncomfortable. It has stricter access rules than many active war zones. In the early 1900s, countries rushed towards Antarctica. Flags were planted, maps were drawn. Antarctica was heading toward conflict. But instead of war, the world did something rare. In 1959, 12 countries signed the Antarctic Treaty. No ownership, no military activity, no mining. Only science. It sounds peaceful, almost too peaceful. Because treaties don't remove human ambition. They just postpone it. Tourists go to Antarctica, but only to approved coastal areas, only with licensed operators, only under supervision. You cannot explore inland freely. You cannot stay. This makes Antarctica unique. No other continent works this way. And if Antarctica truly needs protection, why are large permanent research bases allowed to stay there year after year? For decades, Antarctica was assumed to be simple. Ice on rock. That assumption was wrong. Radar scans revealed mountain ranges, subglacial rivers, hundreds of buried lakes, active volcanoes. Antarctica isn't frozen solid, it's active, which means the ice isn't hiding emptiness, it's hiding complexity. Under kilometers of ice, scientists discovered liquid water. Lake Vostok has been sealed off for over 15 million years. When drilled, it contained life. Life untouched by the surface world. And once you open a system that's been sealed for millions of years, there is no way to undo that decision. Mining is officially banned, but Antarctica may contain oil, natural gas, rare earth materials, fresh water worth trillions. If Antarctica were accessible tomorrow, it would instantly become the most valuable land on Earth. So the real question isn't whether Antarctica has value, it's who's benefit from keeping that value untouched. There are more than 70 research stations in Antarctica. Some are temporary, some are not. Many sit in strategic locations, near ice shelves, near geological zones, near potential resources. Because once permanent infrastructure exists, future climbs becomes much easier to justify. In 1946, the US launched Operation High Jump. 13 ships, aircraft carriers, thousands of personnel. The operation ended early, suddenly. Whatever the reason, one thing is clear. Antarctica has never been ignored by powerful nations. Commercial flights rarely crash Antarctica's interior. Weather is part of it, but rescue limits logistics and permissions play a role too. Satellites see everything humans rarely do. Antarctica isn't hidden, it's simply kept out of reach. Some ancient maps appear to show Antarctica without ice. The Perry-Rees map is the most debated. No clear conclusions. But science agrees Antarctica was once green, and whether life exists long enough, history follows even if it's buried. But Antarctica is not lifeless. In fact, some of the most extreme survivors on Earth live here. They are penguins, the only animal on Earth that breeds during the Antarctic winter. It's even stranger. Antarctica has almost no land animals, no polar bears, no foxes, no wolves, just birds, seals, and creatures tied to the sea. On land, the largest permanent residents are insects, smaller than a grain of rice, no reptiles, no amphibians. It's as if life here was filtered, allowing only certain forms to survive. And under the ice, life becomes even stranger. Scientists have found bacteria and microscopic organisms trapped beneath glaciers for hundreds of thousands of years. Completely isolated, completely adapted, life that evolved without sunlight, without seasons, without the surface world. So Antarctica isn't empty, it's selective. Only the toughest survive, only the most adapted remain. Which makes you wonder, if animals can survive here, what else might be capable of surviving beneath the ice? So here is the real mystery. Why is Antarctica the only continent where free exploration is restricted? Because rules don't exist without reason. If Antarctica were truly worthless, no one would care who went there. Antarctica is valuable, fragile, strategic. So humanity chose control early. Before conflict, before ownership wars. The ice doesn't just freeze water, it freezes decisions. Climate change is altering Antarctica, ice is melting, land is emerging, treaties are not permanent. And when Antarctica becomes easier to reach, the rules will quietly change. Antarctica isn't forbidden, it's delayed. It's the one place where humanity chose to wait. Until then, it remains the continent we are not allowed to truly explore. And maybe the most unsettling part isn't what's under the ice, but what we are waiting for before we go looking. Now, this is where I want to hear from real people. If you have been to Antarctica, a scientist, a tourist, a crew member, leave a comment. Your experience matters more than any theory. And if stories like this are your thing, you will probably enjoy the earlier videos on this channel. I upload deep dive mysteries like this regularly, so subscribe if you want to keep going down these rabbit holes with me. Thank you, thanks for watching.